Mew VMAX might just be the best deck to play at NAIC. Roll the intro. What is going on, everybody? Hitmonchan here, back again with another Pokemon trading card game online deck tech, and today we are here on PTCG Live taking a look once again at everybody's favorite overpowered deck, Mew VMAX. Well, it's not super overpowered anymore. There are a couple counters to it, but I think this version of Mew VMAX is actually very powerful because it counters all of Mew VMAX's counters. It is just absolutely insane. I'm talking about Fusion Mew today. This is a version of Mew that I haven't been very fond of in the past. It always felt a little too inconsistent, but I've been playing this deck a lot on the ladder, and I've been doing a lot of testing with it IRL, and I think that this deck is absolutely incredible. So what does the list look like? Well, this is kind of the standard Fusion Mew list that I think everybody is using pretty much now. I think this is probably the perfect way to play it, but I'm going to go through everything. We all kind of know what Mew and Mew VMAX do. Mew VMAX with that Cross Fusion Strike, copy any of your bench Fusion Strike Pokemon's attacks. Max Miracle for 2 Psychic Energy, you do 130 and it's not affected by any effects on your opponent's active Pokemon. In this deck we have 4 Genesect, of course, to help us draw through our deck with that Fusion Strike system ability. 4 copies of Mew V, so we can use Psychic Leap if we need to shuffle this Pokemon back into our deck. We also have a copy of Meloetta in here with Melodious Echo, because Melodious Echo is such a strong attack. For every Fusion Strike energy attached to all your Pokemon, you do 70 damage, so you can play an Elisa Sparkle, attach for turn, and you're doing 210 damage basically for free on the first turn of the game, which is absolutely insane. And now we're also playing one of the Ice Hue in here from Brilliant Stars. I fell in love with this card as soon as it was printed, and I knew one day it would get its time to shine, and I am so happy that today is that day, because Block Slider is such a cool attack that lets you do 40 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon for each Fusion Strike energy attached to all of your Pokemon. So you can snipe your opponent's support Pokemon like Frigibax and Chien-Pao, or Mareep and Miraidon, or basically any small support Pokemon. Even in the Lost Box matchup, you can snipe something to have on their bench, like a Comfey or a Sableye getting set up or whatever. So that's why Ice Hue is such a cool card. For trainers, we have a lot of trainers here. We got 4 Cramomatic, which combos really well with our 4 VIP Pass, because if our VIP Pass don't get found on our first turn of the game, we can literally just use Cramomatic to get rid of them. We have 3 copies of Forest Seal Stone in here, which is actually pretty, good. You'd think 3 copies is a lot, but you need to remember you're really trying to boost the consistency of this deck as much as possible. So 3 Forest Seal Stone is very, very strong in here. We have 2 Nest Balls to search out some basic Pokemon, as well as a Hisuian Heavy Ball, because we do play a couple one-offs in here. A Feather Ball, which can help us get our Mew Vs or our Mew VMAX because they have 0 retreat cost, and then 4 Ultra Balls as well to get us any Pokemon in our deck. In terms of supporters, we're playing 1 copy of Judge, tried and true. Each player shuffle, draw 4. We're playing 2 Boss's Orders, again easy peasy, as well as 2 Elisa Sparkle, which will let us search our deck. Choose up to 2 of our Fusion Strike Pokemon. Then for each of those Pokemon, search for a Fusion Strike energy and attach it to that Pokemon. We're also playing 1 copy of the brand new Iono from Paldea Evolved. I'm sure everybody knows what this card does very well and good by now, and you might think that's kind of a little bit of supporters. It's not too many. Well, that's why we have 1 Palpad in here, so we can shuffle the supporters right back into the deck. And now in terms of other item cards, whatever, it's pretty straightforward. I already covered the Forest Seal Stone. We got 1 Choice Belt to buff our damage against Pokemon V, VMAX, and V-Star. We have 2 Escape Rope to help us switch, as well as 1 Switch Card. 4 copies of Power Tablet will help us out in, powering up our Fusion Strike Pokemon, making them do more damage on the item card. We also have 2 Lost Vacuum to get rid of that pesky Path to the Peak, as well as 1 copy of Cleansing Gloves to help us do more damage against Gardevoir EX. And now all that's left to cover is the stadiums. 2 Lost City, which is really good against Gardevoir and decks like Chien-Pao or anything that relies on support Pokemon, and reusing those support Pokemon, as well as 1 copy of Path to the Peak, because that is so strong against a bunch of decks in the format right now. And you're probably thinking, well, how does this deck counter all the Mew counters like Drapion V and the brand new Spiritomb? Well, Drapion V gets countered by Path to the Peak, and also Fusion Mew is really good because you can obviously power up Meloetta with Elisa Sparkle really quickly, so you can power up Meloetta and knock out their Drapion if they choose to attack in that order, let's say, and then you can leave a single prizer that they have to deal with that's doing like 210 damage, which is a lot of damage. So that's why the Fusion Mew is really good, and also against Spiritomb, Fusion Strike energy cards are really strong because they prevent effects of opponents' Pokemon ability. So basically, Spiritomb's ability won't affect the Genesect if a Fusion Strike energy is attached to that Genesect. So you can spread out your Fusion Strike energies, attach them to your Genesect, and you can just keep drawing through the game if they have a Spiritomb in play. Literally doesn't matter. You can also use Block Slider on Ice U to just knock out that pesky Spiritomb, and then you can go crazy. We also have 3 copies of Double Turbo Energy in here to help our Mew VMAX's attack for a single attachment. And now that is going to be the entire list. I tried to run through it pretty quickly and also describe, but I'm very excited to just hop into some games and get some dubs with Mew VMAX. Tails never fails, is what I always say. We're going to flip that coin, and our opponent is going to win the flip. But honestly, with Fusion Mew, that's what I love about this deck, is that even if you're going second, you're really not at that much of a disadvantage, because you can just do funny Meloetta shenanigans, as I like to say. So they're going to just go first, which is fine with me. We're going to get to take a look at what we have setting up in this hand. Not bad, actually. Going second, this is pretty decent. We just want another basic down. Bravery Charm, Rare Candy, looks like 2 heavy balls. I don't know what 2 heavy balls could mean. Could be playing against Chien-Pao. It's a possibility. We will take that mulligan. It's an Ultra Ball. We've guaranteed, basically, our Meloetta, all but guaranteed. And it's a Chien-Pao. So, okay, I'm actually feeling pretty confident about this here. There's a Bravery Charm, which means we can't knock out this Chien-Pao this turn, which is okay with me. They're gonna grab Luminion off their prizes. Not too bad. If they play that Luminion down and they search for supporter early, we can escape rope. And then we can potentially take a knockout on that Luminion. So that's not a bad idea either. They're gonna play that Luminion down and get prepared. So we're gonna need a lot here. They're gonna grab Irida for next turn. We could also just judge them. I think a judge would be pretty catastrophic. Oh, they're gonna Forest Seal. Okay. What are they going to search for, though? Okay, we're definitely judging them now, then. It probably was a VIP pass, if I'm guessing correctly. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. They grab the Irida for next turn. I kind of do want to just judge them to 4. I think that could be really bad for them. We could also try and Block Slider that Frigivax. That might be the play, actually. If they don't get another one down, I think that's definitely the play. We try and go for a Block Slider play this turn. And they're going to go for concealed cards. Yeah, they had 7 cards in hand. If they get another Frigivax down, then that's not the play. But they're going to attach, which kind of signals that's the end of their turn to me. That's it. We're going to try and Block Slider that Frigivax if we can. Get a Power Tablet. Okay. So this is what I want to do. How do we play this? So I think the first thing to do is to try and Cramomatic away. Probably Power Tab. If we can Cramomatic that, we can get a VIP. We're chilling. Okay, we're good. We're good. So this is how I want to do this. I want to grab VIP because we have 4 Fusion Energy. We have 2 Force Seals. That's good for me. So we'll VIP here. Go for a Ice U and a Genesect. And we could Cramomatic again and try and find that last Fusion Energy, which honestly doesn't seem like a bad idea right now. Because then I can go for, and the thing is if I go for an Elisa, I can't find the other Fusion Energy. So I'm banking too much on that. So what I want to do, I think Ultra Balling here is just way safer. I'll Ultra Ball, get rid of Judge and Iono, I think is pretty safe. We'll do that. We'll grab another Genesect. We will go for Elisa just so we can draw more cards. Get our 2 fellas. We basically just need to find a Forest Seal Stone and we'll be okay. I think we should be able to get there. I hope so anyway, because I want to pull off the funny play. Okay, we get Ultra Ball. Yeah, it's very unfortunate. But like I really don't want to fail that cram. I'm terrified of failing that Cramomatic. So I just want to play it safe here. Literally just draw as many cards as I can. Get another opportunity to Cramomatic. Like I'm not worried about that. Then we can Fuse Strike System once more. Okay, we do get the Force Seal, so we do have it guaranteed, which is good. We can Nest Ball here, grab another Mew. Get that fella going here. We can get rid of that Bravery Charm, which might be good for now, actually. We do have a Mew VMAX in the discard. terms of trainers, we have Judge, Elisa, and Iono in this card. So I don't want to use Palpad yet. We'll Fusion Strike System first, see if we can find our energy. We don't, but that's okay. We actually have a pretty solid board going on right here. So yeah, I'll just go right to grab that Fusion Strike energy. Put it on ICU. And yeah, from here, there's not much I want to do. I think I actually do want a Palpad though. I'll Palpad, get Judge and Iono back, because I think those are going to be very strong, especially because they don't have a Bibarel down right now. And we can retreat into ICU. And then we can Block Slider and do 120 to that Frigibax. Goodbye, buddy. It was nice knowing you. And we can take a single prize, which is pretty good. We got another Forest Seal Stone, which doesn't really help us, but we can use it as Lost Vacuum fodder. So that's not bad. Next turn, I think we'll be able to take a knockout on that Chien-Pao, which will be good. And then from there, I think we'll be chilling. There's that Irida. Can't get them back Excalibur anymore. So they might go for 2 Frigibax now. Like a Frigibax and Ultra Ball, that makes sense as well. Unless they, maybe they're just trying to set up. Still, get ready. They do have the knockout on our ICU, which kind of sucks. That's the only thing that I don't love about that play. I mean, we did need a lot more, given what we had in our hand, to find... they're going to get Drapion too. Okay, that's fine with me. You can get Drapion. You can potentially knock something out next turn if you want. We just have to be very careful with what we do. We could... well, we can't even go for a Meloetta play anymore. So that's going to be rough. They're going to get the... energy. There's another Chien-Pao coming down. They're just gonna Hail Blade right here. Okay. Makes sense. Yeah, makes sense. I don't want that Drapion to come down and knock out our Mew. That's the only thing that I'm worried about. So we can try and find a path to the peak here. Might be the best play. So we'll go grab Mew. And now, how do I want to play this? I think I will Lost Vacuum. I definitely want to get rid of that Bravery Charm on the Chien-Pao. I want to take a knockout this turn. I want to find Path as well, though. Let's check, make sure it's in deck. I don't think I played it yet. It is. Okay, so that's good. We have some Crams left, so we should be fine. And... could be okay here. I don't want to... but I think I need to put 2 VMAXs in play anyways. So this is probably the best play. We could try and loop them later on. So we'll do this, get this down. I don't want to escape rope, so we'll go for that Power Tablet. Now we really just want to find our path / a Hand Disruption. We do find the Hand Disruption, which is good. And actually we find a double turbo as well, which is perfect. We don't even need to... what's it called? We have the knockout here, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we do the knockout, so that's good. So I'll attach this Force Seal. Makes more sense to Fusion Strike first, I guess. I don't think it really matters. But yeah, we can potentially find our path from here. We just judge them and we're good to go. We don't find the path, which sucks. But hey, Judge has always been good to me. Always. Always. Judge has always been good to me. See, I told you Judge has always been good to me. It's perfect. Thank you very much, Judge. And now we can Cross Fusion Strike. Go for our Techno Blast. Goodbye, Chien-Pao. 220, and they get knocked out. So Path is really good here because they cannot Shivery Chill. And they need to find basically everything they need here. They can try and they go for a hit with Lumineon if they have the energies and stuff in hand. They have our Candy Back Excalibur off our Judge, because of course they do. They have a Melanie. Okay, so yeah, so they're gonna Melanie, draw some cards. They need a lot in order to use Drapion here. A Bravery Charm on that Chien-Pao was fine. We have our Bump to Path, but I don't think we'll need it. I'm not expecting... Okay, yeah, so they actually do have a Lumineon attack here, which is good for them. Doesn't really matter too much for us, though, because all we're gonna need to do is... like, let's face it, we've used... what's it called? We haven't even used the boss yet. Yeah, they're gonna just Lumineon loop us. That's fine. We just need to take a knockout, and then we need to knock out a benched Pokemon. or a benched two prizer, I should say, and then we will be good to go. So we'll go and attach a Fusion Strike energy here, and we can honestly just max Miracle them and knock them out. I don't really need to do anything else, which I think is fine. I'd rather just do that, because next turn we can knock out the what's it called? We've used 3 power tabs, so we can never knock this out anyway. So I think the best play, we literally just retreat. I could have Lisa's, honestly, which isn't the worst idea, but doesn't really matter for anything right now. Yeah, I'd rather not, to be honest. So we'll just max Miracle. We'll knock out that Greninja, and then we can take our 1 prize card, and that's basically all we need. Now we just gotta find Vacuum next turn, and we win. And we have 1 in deck, I believe. That's all we need. Or they need to be foolish and bench something, and then we just boss it up and we win. But hey, if they can't do a lot of damage here, Path really does hurt them if they have a low hand, which is the power of Judge in this scenario, because we are ahead. So that's why it's still worth playing that Judge. They're gonna switch into Baxcalibur. If they're switching into Baxcalibur, you know something's up. Yeah, there's not much they can do. There's Iono. We don't even want to play that. We can attach Double Turbo. Actually, I'd rather hold that Double Turbo for now. Can literally we'll retreat into you. We'll cross Fusion Strike. And we'll just Techno Blast, take the knockout on that Baxcalibur. Yeah, I think that Judge Path is just so strong. There's nothing they can do about that. We get to take our prize, and now I think it's like virtually impossible for them to beat us here. We literally just need to attack a couple times, and then that's it. There's nothing they can do. Yeah, they're gonna concede. Yeah, that's the power of Judge Path. I mean, like, the deck just works. We know how it's supposed to work. Fusion Mew, back at it again. We get to call a coin flip here. Tails never fails, is what I always say. And we're gonna flip that coin. We're gonna get Tails, and we're absolutely going to choose to go first. Now, Fusion Mew has the benefit of being a very strong going second deck, because you can potentially just get a donk on your opponent. We're going to take a mulligan here, so they're going to get to see what we are playing after they set up. I mean, this deck, honestly, Fusion Mew has pretty good matchups across the board. I'd say some of the hardest matchups that it has are probably Chien-Pao is a really tough matchup, just because Chien-Pao can do unlimited damage, but you have the added benefit of using Meloetta in here, so you can just go for Meloetta Mew Mew, and hopefully if you can take the first knockout and they can't respond in time, you're going to be chillin', as they say in the business. Now, we got a pretty good opening hand here, I will say. So we're going to see what we are playing against here, and then that is going to determine how we start our turn. There is a Suicune V. So this looks to be a single prize, or not single prize, a Pokemon V box of sorts. Pretty cool. Bench that Genesect. Let's check what we have. We only have 1 other Genesect in deck. So I think what I want to do here is I want to grab Meloetta and Mew for sure, because I don't want this Mew to get knocked out here, because it's possible that it can get knocked out. So what I'm gonna do is I'll attach to this Mew. I'll play I'll play it on Path, and then I'll just pass from there. I don't want to go too crazy. I do have that Lost Vacuum in hand, and now if they want to get an attack down, they're going to have to obviously, they're going to have to use Melanie here, because they can discard Melanie. If they have a Luminous Energy, they can put a Luminous Energy down, and then they can attack. But that means they can't disrupt our hand, so that's why I think putting the Path down is safe, because we limit them from using Blizzard Rondo. And it's not a V-Box. Interesting. It's a Palkia deck, and they're going to bump our Path to the Peak anyway, which, hey, honestly just makes things easier for us. They're going to play down a Nest Ball, as well as bumping our Path to the Peak with a Pokestop. And it is going to be Chien-Pao. Okay, so Chien-Pao is very interesting. Here's this Hisuian Heavy Ball. I haven't seen any Chien-Pao decks play Suicune, to be completely honest with you. But we're going to see what happens here. They're going to grab themselves a Bidoof. They are going to concealed cards here. I haven't seen a Frigibax come down, so it could just be very reliant on Palkia V here, which for us could be good, because we can knock it out pretty easily. There's a Melanie coming down from our opponent. They're probably going to try and go for an attack this turn if they can find 1 more energy. They also have access to their Fleet-Footed, so they're going to be able to draw an extra card. And if it's an energy, and if it's what they need, they're going to be able to get an attack off here. I don't think they'll be able to KO, though. because we didn't get a full bench down, so that'll be good. They're benching a Squawkabilly, so that's gonna mean no, what's it called? No Frigivax. So this could just be like a straight Palkia kind of deck, which is pretty cool. I haven't actually played against this yet, so this is going to be good to know. Oh, because they have that Squawkabilly, they do have the knockout on our Mew. Pretty unfortunate for us, but we can try and go up with Meloetta this turn and take a knockout that way. So this is going to be pretty decent for us. VIP pass, not what we want to see. I want to go for a Pokestop here. We do have a good amount of items in the deck. Power Tap and Ultra Ball, getting rid of Iono, not the biggest deal. Because I think what I want to do from here is I'm going to Lost Vacuum, get rid of this VIP pass, we don't need her, and we'll get rid of that. Now, I'm thinking, like, realistically, if I attach this Double Turbo and I play a Power Tablet, well, I can't do both. That's the issue. Then I can't take a knockout. So what I want to do is I'll play a Power Tab, I'll Ultra Ball, get rid of those two guys, I'll grab a Genesect V, and we're going to try and draw some cards here. We're going to basically need a Mew and a Fusion Strike Energy. We've got a Fusion Strike Energy. We need a Mew VMAX though. So we can attach this Fusion Strike Energy here. Play Hisuian Heavy Ball. We can grab one of our Genesects. Look, we have 2 Forest Seals prize as well, which is not good actually. That's like actually not that good. But we can play down Genesect. We can play down Mew. And now debating, we could potentially boss up this Palkia and knock that out, which might be good for us. And I think we might want to do that actually, because we'll play down this Mew, we'll attach this Forest Seal Stone, we will attach a Choice Belt here. I think we actually want to knock out Palkia here. Yeah, I'm thinking that's actually the right play, because this Suicune can attack us, then we can Psychic Leap next turn, maybe try and bring up something like the Doof to get it out of our hair. But I really don't want the versatility of that Palkia coming down, because Palkia is the one that can do the big damage. So we're going to bring Palkia up. Maybe we'll try and take a knockout with Meloetta next turn, and then we can go for a Fusion Strike system here. Draw some more cards. I don't think Lost City is really necessary right now. We do another boss for next turn, which is great. And now we are going to Cross Fusion Strike and go for our, we could have gone for a Melodious Echo, but I don't think it's worth it. I think we'll just Techno Blast, and we'll do a switch out next turn. That's fine. We'll take our 2 prizes, and we are going to be good to go. Forest Seal Stone, perfect. That helps us out a lot in case they play a Lost Vacuum this turn. So I'm feeling pretty confident. Like I said, Fusion Mew, it's been really streamlined, and it sets up really well. There's another Palkia coming down, and hopefully my goal, at least, is to knock it out with a Meloetta. And as long as we don't get Iono'd or judged, we literally have all the pieces to do that, like, in our hand. We literally just need to find... Oh, no, we don't, because we didn't get an attachment on that Meloetta. So we're not going to quite be able to do that, which is interesting. But honestly, not that bad, because what we'll be able to do is, if we can knock out Suicune with Meloetta, and they don't take a knockout here, we essentially kind of just win the game. But I think taking out Palkia is more important. Before that V-Star comes into play, I think we should probably do that. And then if they want to knock out Mew VMAX, that's fine. We can literally just go for our Mew V and do whatever we want. They're probably going to Pokestop here, and they're going to get an Ultra Ball and a Switch, getting rid of Water Energy. Good. I mean, you could say it's good for them. But yeah, that Palkia is what's the most concerning here, I will say. Because if they can use that Palkia, they can power up Chien-Pao. If they get an attachment on it this turn, that Chien-Pao could potentially knock us out next turn, which would be really bad. Oh, they're just going to concede. Okay. Yeah, I figured that they didn't have much. We kind of could play to our outs there. You know what? Not bad. Not a bad run for Fusion Mew. We get to call a coin flip. Tails never fails, is what I always say. And it's going to be heads, which means we don't get to choose to go first or second, but it's not that bad. Going second Fusion Mew, not even the worst thing in the world. Yeah, because you can potentially take that donk. They're going to choose to go first. And now we're going to see what we start with. Would have been a pretty solid starting hand, actually, but we don't have any basics, so it's not a solid starting hand. But you know what? Who knows? Who knows what the future holds? Our future really is banking on Cramomatic hitting here. But we have Judge. Never mind. We have Judge. We could be okay. Depending on what we draw. Giratina. Okay. If it's Arctina, it's a little bit more beatable. If it's not, then it's rough. Oh, that's all they got. Oh, they got a path too? We have Lost City. We're fine. We're going to try and get the donk here. Mew VMAX doesn't help us, though. Okay, yeah. So, this is what we got to do. We got a Cramomatic. Literally, if those Cramomatic hits heads, that's the only thing we need. It hit tails. Okay, never mind. We can't get the donk this turn. They can't Starburst, so we're definitely going to replace that. We'll attach the Fusion Energy here. And we're going to have to go for a Judge, unfortunately. See what we get off this. Oof, that's not good. Well, Heavy Ball. We don't even have anything in here. Oh, man, that's really bad. Okay, we can at least Energy Mix. Oh, wow, that's one of the worst Mew hands I've had in a long time. I will tell you that much. Like, that's a tough Mew hand to have. They're gonna attach here. Oh, they're just gonna go for an Abyss Seeking. Okay, never punished. If we find, we need a lot actually, but if we can find like Genesect or we can find like Iono off the top, that'd be nice. Yeah. Okay, they're dead drawing. We're dead drawing. It's the battle of the dead draw. We get Mew, which is actually not the worst thing in the world, because we can just attach this guy here, and now we will literally max Miracle. We'll do 130 next turn. They can actually knock out our Mew, which would suck. If they knocked out our Mew next turn, they have Grass Energy plus Giratina V-Star. That would really suck, actually. Please don't tell me they have the Grass Energy. That would make me so. That would actually make me so sad. I won't lie. If they have that Grass Energy, Lightning. Oh, it's Pikachu. Never mind. Oh, they're getting Arceus V. Okay. Whew. Phew. Had me worried there. Had me worried there for a second. There's the double turbo. Are they gonna retreat and power up? That's my question. Yeah, they're gonna retreat and power up. That's fine. Because we can. If I don't even know what we can do, we have a 1-card hand. I'd ideally like to find just the boss's orders off the top of the deck, honestly. That would be awesome if I could find that. Or just a Genesect would be cool. Wow. Okay. You know what? Don't go. I'm never going to complain about this game again. I'm literally never complaining about this game ever again. And of course, we get 2 unplayable cards from our thing. That's hilarious. This is a game. They have Arceus V-Star though, so we really need to shape up, or else we're gonna be in trouble. Yeah, they have Starbirth Axis. We are in trouble for sure. If we can find, so let me go through a hypothetical here. If we find a Ultra Ball, we can play down that hand, get Genesect to start drawing, provided off of their combined any 3-card search, they don't get Path to the Peak as one of their cards. Provided that they have 1 card freely to pick off of Raihan. They have 2 cards from Starbirth, which they're likely going to use this turn. I don't see why they wouldn't. Our ideal turn, they got a Grass Energy. That's potentially what they picked. Now there's a Starbirth. They could have just had Path in hand, though. I don't know. I'm thinking that we're going to get Path here, and then I know we're going to top deck that Ultra Ball, because it always seems to happen. Right when you say that you need it, like you speak into the void or into the mic, as I am doing now. Right when you say that you need it, PTCGL delivers. But your opponent just has more than you. So I'm expecting that Path. There it is. And there's a Trinity Nova. Thankfully, we can retreat into the other Mew, but if they have Boss, I'm going to be kind of sad. And here's the Ultra Ball off the top. It was Power Tablet. Okay. I think we just have to hope that they don't have Boss. Yeah, we just gotta hope honestly hope they don't have Boss. And we just go for a Max Miracle here. Man, this is a man moment for sure. This is just man. And I know I'm gonna see it. Okay, there's the Arceus V-Star. I'm gonna see this Boss come right from their hand. If I don't, I'll be... Oh, research. Okay, I'm happy. I'm a happy guy. I am a happy guy. Now we'll be fine with an Ultra Ball. I'll be fine with an Ultra Ball just giving me a Genesect that I can Techno Blast and just destroy this Arceus. That's all I want, honestly. Yeah, there's no, what's it called? There's not going to be any Sharon's Care coming out if they play that. So that's good, because if they picked up this Arceus, I'd be sad. But really, this is a really bad position to be in. As much as it looks like we're winning, they literally need to attack 3 times and they win. We need to also attack 3 times and they win. But their 3-time attack starts now, or our 3-time attack starts next turn, if that makes sense. And plus, they actually have a board. We don't have any board whatsoever. So, you know, potato, right? They retreat that Arceus, which they're absolutely doing right now. We're in even of a worse spot, but we could always top deck Boss's orders once again and be very grateful for our position, you know? So we're going to see what we get here. Lost Vacuum is great, but we don't have Genesect. So we're going to cross Fusion Strike, right? Well, Max Miracle. And now, we're praying for an Ultra Ball. No, I don't even want an Ultra Ball. I literally just want a Genesect. It doesn't even help me though. I need Iono or Judge. I need one of the two. I need to get, well, Judge is in our discount pile, so I need to top deck Iono out of 39 cards, basically. Yeah, there's a True Noah. They knock us out. I need literally the most perfect top deck here. This is going to be really tough. Choice Belt does not help me at all. At least we can take a knockout though. Actually, we might be in a decent spot here. If they don't have another double turbo, we might be okay. Because we could just max Miracle. We don't even take the KO, do we? Again, I've done my math wrong. We don't even take the KO. Okay. That's unfortunate. This has been a game. Of course they have it. Of course. If we had a knockout there, I thought we did for some reason. I just keep getting my Mew math wrong. If we had a knockout there, we actually could have been decent if they didn't have another double turbo, because they would have been 3 down in total. So we could have actually potentially pulled something off, which is crazy. But you know what? That was a really bricky game to end our gameplay off on, so that's good. So what did you think of my Fusion Strike Mew VMAX deck? It's just pure fun, pure good. That's all I have to say. You can beat decks with Drapion, you can beat decks with Spiritomb, you can literally beat pretty much anything with this deck. I mean, obviously it is prone to bricking. Any deck is prone to bricking, so it just must be kept in mind. It's a little more bricky because it is Fusion Mew. But like Genesect is a busted draw system. You have 3 Force Seal Stones in here, so you can basically get yourself out of any spot if you have one attached. This deck has the tools to beat every single deck in the format right now. I think it is probably one of the best decks next to Gardevoir EX. Gardevoir EX, I think, is the best deck in the format. I think Fusion Strike Mew is actually a close second, with Lost Box being tied, you could even say, for that spot. But anyway, that's my my Mew VMAX list. That's my NAIC takes. Good luck to anybody playing in NAIC this weekend coming up. Is it even this weekend? Or next weekend? It's not even this weekend. It's next weekend. But anyway, it might be this weekend by the time I'm recording this. Good luck to everybody playing in NAIC. I'm definitely going to get this video out before then. And thank you all so much for watching. Like the video if you enjoyed. Comment down below. What do you think of Fusion Strike Mew? And what do you think of this list? What do you like? What do you dislike? What would you keep? And what would you change about this deck? And subscribe to the channel, because I'm posting at least 2 new Pokemon trading card game videos every single week here in the Hitmonchan channel. And with all that said and done, Hitmonchan out.